Friday, October 17th, 2025. I am Rakisha St. Louis. Coming up in the news, Prime Minister Mitchell holds bilateral talks with Ghanaian President Mahama. And GTA welcomes first call for 2025-2026 cruise season. We'll have details to these stories and more when we return.
Grenadians, get ready to commemorate National Heroes Day on Sunday, October 19th at the former Riviera Hotel site next to Kamahon Park. Grand dance from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The theme for this year's commemoration, honoring our legacy, inspiring our future. This National Heroes Day commemoration promises to be one to remember with a prayer and worship segment, the spoken word, and a powerful message from our special guest speaker. National Heroes Day Commemoration 2025 will also see the official sword turning on the grounds of the Riviera site, which will then be known as National Heroes and Heritage Park. Sunday, October 19th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. National Heroes Day Commemoration. Monrouge, St. George. See you there.
Welcome back. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell received the Ghanaian welcome on Thursday to mark his official two-day visit to the West African country. The songs of the Ghana Navy Band and the parade of the Navy welcomed the Prime Minister and his delegation at the Presidency for bilateral talks. Grenada and Ghana established diplomatic relations in 2024 and signed agreements on visa waivers, cooperation on culture, trade, and education. His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, met with Prime Minister Mitchell and outlined how Grenada stands to benefit further from relations with Ghana.
I'm happy that your visit will allow us to continue with the rapprochement that we've been engaged in, especially with the MOUs that we have signed. One being the MOU on political consultation, and I'm happy that yesterday our two foreign ministers could sit and have that consultation so that based on the shared values that we have, we can take common positions at international meetings. And so we are happy that that took place yesterday. We also have the MOU on trade, culture, and education. My hope is that your visit will deepen that even further. We have the MOU on visa waiver for each other's citizens, which is in operation.
Prime Minister Mitchell described the visit to Ghana as an opportunity to further strengthen trade and economic development for both countries. He extended an invitation to the President to visit Grenada during the August 1st Emancipation celebrations as Grenada continues to journey toward reconnecting with its African roots.
It demonstrates, as I said, the deliberate bridge building, but also a significant reminder of our past and the importance of ensuring that future generations understand the struggle of Africans everywhere. And I say this in the context of knowing Ghana's leading role in the fight for reparations. I think for us, the very first African country I visited was Ghana. And I think, in a sense, it's a natural aligning of the stars, and as you say, of the deliberate use of the ocean as a bridge to make sure that we in the Caribbean can reconnect in a deliberate way with our roots, both politically, socially, culturally, and importantly, economically as well. Because oftentimes, while we welcome the conversations and the meeting, we recognize the importance of trade, because it's trade that, in fact, led to the dark Middle Passage, the transatlantic slave trade. But obviously, we want to be able to trade and grow economies and make sure citizens benefit from a trade that is progressive, that is deliberate, and looks after the well-being for citizens. So I want to express my deep appreciation for hosting me and my delegation. I appreciate you just came from China. It's an incredibly long way. And so for you to make time in your schedule to accommodate this visit is deeply appreciated.
Prime Minister Mitchell inspected the Navy Guards and attended the state luncheon as part of his visit. The Grenada delegation includes Chief of Staff Teddy St. Louis, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development Joseph Andel, and other top government officials. Restoration efforts continue at the Limle farm in Carriacou with the rebuilding of pens and erection of new fencing as the livestock farm prepares to be reinstated as a model animal breeding ground. The farm lost 95% of its fencing and all livestock due to the passage of Hurricane Beryl in July 2024. Supervisor at the farm, Lisa Walker, says she is pleased at the progress made.
One of the buildings is almost completed, you could say. We are happy for that because we are waiting on our animals from Grenada to come here where we could start back our breeding program, right? Limle is an area for breeding for livestock. We are well on the way. However, we still have a lot of work to be done, and right now we're in the process of getting some tick from the forestry in Bele. Carlo Charles is helping us out a lot with that to finish our fencing and our rebuilding in terms of paddocking and so the animals could have space to graze.
To date, 45% of the fencing is back up and 3 pens are being constructed with the hope that upon completion, farmers will have access to purebred sheep, goats and pigs.
So we having 4 breeds in the 3 different set of animals. So we have 4 breeds of sheep, 4 breeds of goat, 4 breeds of pig. As we say here is a breeding unit. So farmers would be able to come here to get an offspring. So if I'm a pig farmer, I will be able to come here to buy a bull. Whether it be boa, whether it be large white, whether it be Hampshire, Berkshire, to mix with mine at my farm. And then at your farm now, you know, farmers, whoever you sell for, you could sell for meat purposes. You could even sell the offspring for breeding as well, because we're getting purebreds here at the farm.
Walker says they are working to expand the Limle farm to include the production of high-protein animal feeds year-round.
The intention is now to do paddocks or pastures or acreage of feed in terms of, let me say, we're doing Gloricida, Tricantera, mulberry, so high protein feed that when the year turn over, well, I am trying, or we are trying as a division to get a feed machine to ease this crisis in the dry season. So farmers could come here and we could grow corn. We could do our mixed feed and turn it into pellets. So farmers will come here now to ease the burden of looking for feed. So we're going to supply them with feed, things like silage. We're going to try to do silage here. It has been done already before, so we're going to do it on a bigger scale. We're also going to bring in, like, besides just sheep, goat, pig, we're going to look back now at the bees in doing honey.
A permanent residence for an amputee center is being explored locally. This gives Grenadians in need of orthotics and prosthetic services an affordable, accessible, expedited option to improve their mobility. Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams, and Parliamentary Representative, Honorable Ron Redhead, are instrumental in the collaboration with the Trinidad and Tobago Orthotics and Prosthetics Center to provide immediate assistance on the island. Minister Williams, during a public presentation to the Amputee Committee on Friday, said the focus is not political, but aims to give every Grenadian a fair chance at mobility. He explained that the process started following a constituency walkabout.
We, as a government, we think that transformation is not just about the roads or the buildings and all the other things. It's about people and how we can help our people improve their lives on a daily basis, right? I know that you may agree with me when I say sometimes that you may feel forgotten because everything is being rushed and being spoken about and you are there and not much assistance is being provided for you. But guess what? When we have elections, we will call you, we will get your number out of your house, provide transportation for you to come and vote. But after elections, you don't matter. So this step is a step that has been taken. It is not political, right? It is needed. When we talk about being human and showing empathy, this is what it is about. Not because I have my 2 legs, I can take it for granted and say, to hell with the rest, right? So while we are here now, we are showing you that we care. This government care. And we will do all what we can do to assist you in the process of normalizing your mobility.
MP Ron Redhead said this is the beginning of the institutionalization process. He is excited about the prospects of having a stationed center in Grenada.
This is something that at a grassroots level, we believe we can build out and, as Minister Williams mentioned, work into a national policy. Essentially, about a year and a half ago, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Emmanuel Jones came into my office to talk to me about the possibility of agriculture in his community and him wanting to pursue a particular initiative. He then had to be hospitalized and he lost a limb. As you know, it is a very difficult thing to deal with, but some of you remain strong. And Mr. Jones never gave up. Everywhere Mr. Jones saw me, he would remind me about the possibility of getting this limb. As the saying goes, there is no one I did not try to reach out to make this a possibility. We called all kinds of people who apparently used to do it before and came in and volunteered, but for whatever reason is no longer performing that service. We called the Ministry of Social Development. We called the Ministry of Health. We called the hospital services, among other areas. We called almost everyone. And it is not until Mr. Emmanuel Jones said to me, well, all right, you have a contact for some people down in Trinidad and Tobago, and he wants to share it with me to see if I could get something done. I said, well, give me the contact. We ain't had luck with some of the other people, but I will try my best to see what we can do. And sisters and brothers, the rest is history. It is, in my view, because of the persistence of Brother Jones that we can see a possibility or a glimmer of hope where we can now have a local outfit, not just passing through, but institutionalized to be able to provide that service to people who are requiring prosthetic limbs.
Director of the TNT Center, Mario Goodell, said they specialize in above and below knee prosthetics, ankle, back, and spinal braces, customized inserts and splints, among other services. He explained the plans for Grenada.
What we will do, we will open a business permanently in Grenada. All right? Thank you very much. We also will train and employ local people. All right? Now, I have to admit, first week in November when I come back, I have to bring somebody over from Trinidad for the beginning, just because I can't handle it alone, and to train somebody takes a little while, you know.
You're watching the GIS News. We'll have more news after the break.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a step. So the journey of a year begins with but a sec. 1 second is the difference between old and new. The difference between what you have done and what you have to do. 1 second is the difference between who you were and who you are going to be. The difference between a year of expectations and a year of memories. Awaiting you is a year of opportunities and new moves. Just one final second to reflect. And then we must embrace indeed. I reckon 1 second is all we need.
Welcome back. The health sector will soon benefit from the experience of Ghanaian nurses following the signing of a historic memorandum of understanding between the Grenada government and the Republic of Ghana. President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in receiving Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell, spoke to the collaboration in health by both nations.
In the health sector, Grenada's interest in recruiting Ghanaian nurses and allied health professionals presents a valuable opportunity for structured collaboration between our two countries. Ghanaian health workers have gained international recognition for their professionalism and their compassion.
Minister for Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, Honorable Joseph Andel, signed on behalf of the State of Grenada, witnessed by Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell and the Grenadian delegation on the official state visit to Ghana. The Ghanaian registered nurses will further bolster and improve the public and community health system, a main focus of the present administration in Vision 75. Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell highlighted the significance of the new partnership by stating, and I quote, "The partnership reflects our shared commitment to improving the quality of life of our citizens through enhanced healthcare services and reinforces the friendly relationship between our countries and opens new avenues for collaboration in health and wellness," unquote. Following the internal ratification of the MOU, the agreement will take full effect for both nations. This agreement aligns with the Africa-CARICOM partnership in forging new paths and frameworks for development in various sectors. The arrival of the Grand Princess in Grenada on Thursday marked the official start of the 2025-2026 cruise season, which promises to be an exciting, busy period for the Grenada Tourism Authority. The vessel, which is part of the Princess Cruises fleet, has a capacity of 3,100. Nautical Development Manager at the GTA, Shania Saint-Bernard, says the new cruise season will be an active one with over 180 calls expected.
We are very excited to be here this morning, the start of the official cruise ship season, the 2025-2026, and we're here with the first cruise ship of the season, the Grand Princess, which has a capacity of 3,100 persons. So we're very excited for all of them to come off the ship, to enjoy Grenada, to get a little taste of it. We have amazing entertainment by Angel Harps. We also have some traditional mass, the shortney, the moko jambi, as well as we're also unveiling our new Grenada sign that shows a little bit of everything that visitors love about the island, from our waterfall, our chocolate, our shortney, our boat building skills in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and we're just very excited to start the cruise ship season.
Visitors stepped off the vessel to the sweet sound of steel pan music and an electrifying display of authentic Grenadian culture in the form of shortney and moko jambi.
People here is very friendly, also very welcome in this island. So we feel very happy with this island.
Tasting all your spices, hearing your good music, seeing your culture, eating your foods, meeting your people. Yes, my first time and I'm really excited.
The new cruise season runs until June 2026 with scheduled calls from over 20 cruise lines, including the Royal Caribbean, Carnival Cruise, and Ambassador Cruise Lines. Continuing the news, the much-anticipated annual World Food Day exhibition was held at Old Trafford St. George on Friday, with participation from over 30 farmers and agro-processors. The event saw the display and sale of agricultural produce and locally made products, with an emphasis on the use of local seasonings and spices. During the opening ceremony, Chief Extension Officer Lawrence St. Louis delivered remarks on behalf of the Director General of the Food and Agriculture Organization, Q Dongyu.
Better production means giving farmers the tools and knowledge to produce more with less. Better nutrition ensures that what is produced nourishes people and reduces malnutrition in all its forms. A better environment recognizes that agriculture must adapt to climate shocks while protecting soils, water, and biodiversity. A better life means lifting rural families out of poverty and giving dignities to the communities who feed the world. Dear friends, 80 years ago, nations believed that hunger could be overcome through global collaboration. This remains at the core of FAO's noble mandate.
The exhibition marked the culmination of a week of activities in observance of World Food Day, held under the theme Hand in Hand for Better Foods and a Better Future. Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Lennox Andrews, says the exhibition is a celebration of local farmers and a chance to reflect on achievements.
This theme is a clarion call. It is a call for global collaboration to create a peaceful, sustainable, prosperous, and food secure future for all. It reminds us that our collective success hinges on our willingness to work together across government agencies, with our farmers and fishers, the private sector, our community organization, and every single Grenadian. Friends, this government promised to give laser focus to the productive sector. And while there have been challenges and setbacks, we have and remain committed to supporting our agri-food system.
Permanent Secretary within the Ministry of Agriculture, Lands, Forestry, Marine Resources and Cooperatives, Isaac Bagwan, called for collaborative efforts to strengthen partnerships and embrace sustainable practices for food security.
Our farmers, fisher folks, agro-processors and other partners, your role has never been much more critical than now. We are committed to working hand in hand with you to overcome the challenges of producing healthy local food. To the private sector, we are committed to partnering with you to invest in our local agri-food sector. Let us innovate in processing, packaging, and marketing our grown in Grenada as our first choice. To our citizens, we urge you to make conscious choices to buy local, to support local farmers and farmers market, and to reduce food waste. Every meal is an opportunity to cast a vote for food security.
A major highlight was the presentation of awards to the winner of the Friendly Chef competition, Denson Paul. Several farmers and agro-processors were also awarded with vouchers to be redeemed from agri-input suppliers. The GIS News will return after the break.
Grenadians, get ready to commemorate National Heroes Day on Sunday, October 19th at the former Riviera Hotel site next to Camahorn Park. Grand dance from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The theme for this year's commemoration, honoring our legacy, inspiring our future. This National Heroes Day commemoration promises to be one to remember, with a prayer and worship segment, the spoken word, and a powerful message from our special guest speaker. National Heroes Day Commemoration 2025 will also see the official sword turning on the grounds of the Riviera site, which will then be known as National Heroes and Heritage Park. Sunday, October 19th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. National Heroes Day Commemoration. Monrouge, St. George. See you there.
Welcome back. And finally, an official meeting was held at the police headquarters between Admiral Alvin Halsey, commander of the United States Southern Command, and senior officials of the Royal Grenada Police Force earlier this week. Ms. Karen Sullivan, U.S. Ambassador to the Eastern Caribbean states, accompanied Admiral Halsey. According to a release from the Royal Grenada Police Force, the meeting focused on strengthening ongoing cooperation and strategic partnerships between the RGPF and the U.S. Southern Command. Grenada was one of several Caribbean nations visited by Admiral Halsey, marking 1 year since he assumed leadership of the command from General Laura Richardson. Key topics discussed included enhancing training opportunities for law enforcement, joint training exercises to improve RGPF's operational readiness, technical and logistical support, humanitarian aid and disaster relief collaboration, reflections on the recent visit by the U.S. Navy's medical ship, and prospects for future engagements. The engagement was hosted by Commissioner of Police Mr. Randy Connaught, Deputy Commissioner Jessamine Prince, Assistant Commissioner in charge of Crimes Vannie Kerwin, and National Security Advisor Mr. William Thompson. That story just ended the GIS News for Friday, October 17th. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us.